This is HOGG Radio, streaming live February 18th, 2009. On today's show, we're going to look at an update from the developers from Darkfall. We're going to try and explain a little bit about who we are and what we're all about as an organization. We're going to discuss the state of the Darkfall beta and make some predictions for the release of Darkfall. And we have another very special MMO Genius to tell you about.
Alright, so what do we got for the GIMP update?
Alright, today's GIMP update. A developer from Darkfall posted on their forums today some new information. They lifted the NDA, which whatever the disclosure GIMP is, so the games can post videos and stuff. They can talk about the game now. They can make their own videos, whatever, post them on the YouTube without getting sued and all that stuff. So we're going to be seeing a lot more videos of Darkfall, I think, and a lot more information. The pre-orders, they're starting the pre-orders in a couple days for all the European dudes. They don't have any solid plans yet for your United States launch, but US players are welcome if they want to play on the European servers. They have a launch date. It's set for February 25th right now, but as we both know, that could get pushed back again. They already pushed it back once, but I guess we just gotta wait and see what happens.
What's the launch date for the US? Do they don't have one? That's what you said?
Yeah, they have no plans for the US right now. They're solid. Nothing they can release.
Alright, next we're going to go into the next segment's going to be on grief and what that means to us as a crew or an organization, whatever you want to call it. The whole reason that we play these online games is grief. And the end result of our mission is always the same, is to try to get you to log out. And the reason that we'll log into any server or any game is with that same outcome in mind. And we're trying to ruin the server. We're trying to ruin the game with as little as 2 people or as much as 5 people. I mean, we have a small crew. And at whatever game we've ever touched, we've always left our mark. And it's always been bad. And we have what we like to call grief derivatives. And what those are, we come up with numbers before we enter a game, whatever game it is, and they always seem to be the same. For the different games, we'll come up with a number, a target number for what we think is left on the server or how many people we have to get the server down to in order for it to become just a cesspool of fucking pieces of shit that think they're good at the game, and then eventually the game will just disappear, or it'll be so low on the radar that we'll have to pick a different game. And the reason we do this is a lot of people play games for different reasons. The people that we're grieving, for the most part, are the same people that, when their 7, 8-year-old kid goes out to ride his bike, the parent runs out and puts a helmet on their kid. I mean, it's these soft people, and this is the reason why our, just like everything, our nation's so soft, and most of these people voted for Obama, and so they have that common interest, and all they want to do when they get home from work is just go get their boots, go about their business, and decompress from their tough janitorial work or clerical work or whatever they do in their lives.
Yeah, when we play our games, I mean, we don't play games the same as anyone. We don't look at games the same way anyone does. I mean, someone looks at the shelf at a Walmart looking for a game to buy. They look at what? Oh, how new is it? The graphics tight? Is it multiplayer? Whatever. With graphics, none of that. How old it is, nothing matters to us except for one thing, and that's the factor of grief and if the possibility of grief within the game. And that's the only thing we even think about. We'll play anything as long as the possibility of grief is there, which is why we've gone back to 7-year-old games like AO, tried pile of trash games like Warhammer, anything. We'll do anything, and we'll use any of our grief tactics possible to get the best out of that game that we can possibly get.
That is the truth, though. I mean, that was hot. That is the truth, though. I mean, when they're looking at the game box, they got all these ideas in their head about dragon raids and socializing and meeting new friends and just relaxing and having a great time. And what we want them to do after they log in and they run in contact with us is we want them to actually factor in when they look at that box the next time, is HOGG going to be there? Or when they go into whatever server, depending on how many servers the game has, if they've already been on a server for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden they see spam from us, and then they see people screaming HOGG sucks and all this, and it makes them want to leave the server because it's not even worth their time, because they know that we won't stop. I've got a defect. I will not stop. I mean, we've got so many tactics. I mean, just to give you a couple general tactics, just really basic tactics, like one time in Vanguard, I don't know if you remember this story, but Vanguard, they had a level cap when it very first came out, and I think you had to be under 10 to be safe in the city and craft. Well, this guy was like 11 or 12. I followed this guy around for 3 hours, killing him nonstop. He petitioned me and all that. He logged out. I knew he would be back. I didn't know when he would be back. So I just stood there where he logged out. 3 hours later, he came back. I killed him again for 2 straight hours until I got eventually suspended. And that's another thing that these people don't understand. Suspensions and bans, that goes with our territory. That's our business. They don't affect us at all. Another thing that really is misconstrued is among these gimps is they really think that if they come out and kill us that we care. We don't give a shit, man. I mean, we go out. Another example is three guys trying to do a quest, and I'm by myself. I'll go there knowing that the chances are great that I'm going to die. I'll keep going back and back and back and back. 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, killing one of them at a time, making them go to the res pad, run all the way back to their friends until eventually they just make the determination that this isn't worth their time, that this guy he's got a problem. He's not going to stop coming. We'll do this tomorrow. And that's all we're trying to do. Whether it's res camping you, killing someone like in Conan when we used to camp Capitals Valley, I'd be level 80 in that game killing level 20s. And they'd constantly be saying, were you getting anything out of this? Well, is this fun for you? You're one-shotting me. Why are you doing this? And eventually, after about the 6th time, they get the hint that it's time for them to log out, switch zones or something, because I'm not going anywhere. And that's how it is, and that's why we have such a small crew, because in order to have that mentality and that mindset, in order to ruin any plans of anyone that's in whatever zone we're in, that's our mission. And it's hard. It's hard. That's why we've gone through several people over the years. I mean, we've been doing this ever since Diablo 2. And you're going to go through a lot of people. The mindset has to be right, and that's why we have such a small crew. Like I said, but for 2-3 guys, 2-3 of my crew to go into any game, I don't care what game it is. If we go into that game, we're going in with that mindset. So know that if you see us, it's not going to change. We're not internet tough guys, none of that stuff. It's about grief. We just want you to log out. We want to ruin the game. We want to ruin your experience. And once it gets down to that grief derivative, mission accomplished, we leave the server, we go to a different game. But by then, you don't want to be a part of that server anymore because it's so destroyed that, I mean, we can give you 1,000 examples of all different games, all different servers we've been on. And it's not like we haven't been doing this since, 2000 or beyond that, actually, or prior to that. So a lot of people know who we are, and that's the reason why. And that's the only reason why we do what we do. And it's the only true value that you get out of a game, an online game, because these people are such gimps. I mean, you wouldn't hang out with these people in real life. None of my guys would ever hang out with any of these people. And for you to think that there's any kind of skill in this game, I mean, this isn't a contact sport, man. Most of these games you play, other than Conan, you got guys mashing buttons with 3 times the number that we have, and they kill us, or we kill them, and we kill them a lot more than they kill us, and we don't think we're good, but they do. What I can tell you is over our 11-year span of playing these online games, we've never